Hi, I don't know how this thing works. This is the first live on, no, not my first live on YouTube, but the first, I just heard about the vertical live where I can just use my mobile phone. So I'm trying it out. But I think I'm live because the thing is reading. But anyway, it didn't even give me a prompt to put like a topic. So that's weird. But today I want to talk about like how to help your child on the autism spectrum be happy. The reason why this is a very important topic is because children on the autism spectrum are very prone to sadness and depression and anxiety. They're very prone to these things. So I feel like as parents or caregivers, we have to help in facilitating their happiness, because being sad and depressed all the time, I mean, there's a time for everything. There's a time to be sad. If you lose a loved one, you lose a game, or something bad happens, you can be sad for the moment. But I don't think as humans we are made to be sad creatures or people who are just depressed for a long period of time. I don't think that's how we are created, whether you believe in God or you believe in the universe. Or I think personally, I think they're all the same thing. But whoever created us did not create us to be sad for a long period of time. And that's why when you are sad or you are depressed for a long time, your immune system becomes to be compromised, like your body starts to shut down, so that makes me believe that that's not what we're made for, right? We're made to be happy creatures. And again, yes, we'll have sad moments, but we're not meant to dwell in them. But the thing is, some children, not children, I'm sorry, some people on the autism spectrum are more prone to sadness and depression than an average person. So I wanted us to talk about why this is and what we can do to help them, because I think it's super important. Now, I have 9 different ways that we can help an autistic child be more happy in their life. But the 9th one, I see every content creator do this. They leave the best one for the last. So I'm leaving the best one for the 9th one. The 9th one is not something that you think I'm going to say, but it is the most important as far as I'm concerned. And I'm going to try and make this video very short because I have to go pick up the kids. But okay, so I already talked about why they are prone to, okay, I didn't talk about why they are prone to depression. Why they're more prone. Every human is prone to depression, to be honest. But the reason why autistic people are more prone to depression is because, well, some of them have problems with verbalizing their needs, right? So they have unmet needs, and that can make anyone sad, right? So if your needs are not met for the longest of time, then you would find yourself being sad or having anxiety or becoming depressed. Number 2 is if they mask a lot. If an autistic child is masking all the time, then I can imagine that over time, this will kind of make them feel sad about the whole situation. It's draining. So that can make them prone to depression as well. Another reason is bullying and rejection that they get, right? So autistic people are more prone to bullying because, well, they don't understand social cues, and some people are not too kind. So some people will take advantage of that and just make fun of them or not want them to play with, to be in the group. They don't bring them into the group, into the pack, into the clique, right? So that can make anyone feel left out and depressed, to be honest. So exactly, like social isolation, same thing. Sensory overload. If you have to deal with too much noise or too much lights every single time, and it's not being addressed, I can see how that would make you prone to depression, right? So these are some of the reasons why people on the autism spectrum are more prone to depression and sadness. But we're going to talk about ways that we can help our children on the spectrum to be more happy so that overall they have a healthier lifestyle. So one way is to engage in their interest. So like I said, my ninth reason is something that you don't even expect. Okay, so, but I'm going to reel out all the other reasons that you guys have probably heard before, but just in case you haven't heard it, I'm going to reiterate some of these reasons. So if your autistic child has an interest, you want to engage in that interest, whether you like the interest or not, but you have to show some interest in whatever skills that they like. It doesn't even matter if you think it's something that will earn them money tomorrow or not, but you want to show interest in whatever that they're doing. That will really, really make your autistic child very happy. Another thing that you can do is to create and keep a routine. So we all know that autistic children love routines, right? And I think just humans really, we love routines. We like to know more so for someone on the autism spectrum. They want to know what is happening, especially because they don't even understand social cues and human our normal cues that everyday people will understand. So if you give them like a routine of what's going to happen and you keep the routine, it makes them feel more in control, right? So that can foster happiness in the child, in the life of someone with autism spectrum. Now, another way you can make them happy is to think about whatever environment you're going to, or the environment they're in at home. Like, is your home a safe place for them? Do they have a room where they can go and vent if they can't vent throughout the house? Where they can go and steam and repeat words, which is scripting, repeat words and sentences. For us, Williams can do that all over the house, right? But for some people, depending on how your living arrangement is, maybe they can't do it all over the house. Maybe you just have a designated area for them where they can go and do that. But it's important that when they're at home, they feel like that's where they don't have to mask, right? They don't have to conform so much to other people, because the people at home understand them and accept them for who they are. Now, another way that you can help your child on the spectrum be more happy is to give them responsibilities. Some parents don't do this. They think that the child with autism wants you to do everything for them. And I don't blame you, because they really do. They think that they do. They think that they want you to do everything for them. And because they're so used to us doing everything for them, right? Because, like with Williams, I had to teach him how to eat with a spoon, teach him how to wipe his butt. So before I taught him all of those things, I was doing it for him, right? And even his sister, Zita, who's younger than him, was doing stuff for him. So they get used to people doing things for them. And the reason why we were doing it for them was because, like for Williams, I don't know what to call it, but like he didn't have enough muscle control to be able to do it for himself. So he developed more muscle control as he grew older, but when he was younger, he didn't have enough of that. So we had to do some of those things for him. But then they get used to it, and we get used to it, and we just continue to do that. But the truth is, once you introduce responsibilities to them, at first they may reject it and fight, because they don't want to do that. They're used to you doing stuff for them. But at first they may fight, but believe me, when you stick to it and you explain to them why they have to learn those things and how it would help them be independent, and they gradually learn it, they will begin to be happy that they learned it, to be honest. So they begin to feel more independent. It just gives them so much pride to have responsibilities, and it has to be something that they are able to do. Please do not give your child on the spectrum something that they are not able to do. You have to teach it to them slowly until they get it, and then it becomes their responsibility. And then another thing you can do is to facilitate social connections. So with Williams, when we used to go to school, even right now, from time to time, I will set up play dates with people that I feel like are more accepting of him. That gives him a chance, even though they won't really play together, but they'll parallel play, like one person is playing here, the other person is playing there, but they feel like they're playing together because they're in the same room or the same vicinity. So it's still social connection, right? So if you can facilitate social connections, if you can take them to social skills club. Williams goes to social skills 3 times a week. So if those things are things that you can do to help them learn social cues and interact more with other people. Another thing you can do is to respect their need for space and isolation. So if your child on the autism spectrum sometimes just wants to be by themselves, it's okay to let them be by themselves. That's pretty much it. I think that's all that's in my head right now. So another thing is to engage them in physical activities. Well, this one is, I mean, like, basically just have them exercise to the best of their ability, right? Because again, some of them have trouble with muscle control. So but it's good to take them outside or put them in some kind of activity, maybe not sports. Wells is not good with team sports, so he can't do any of the basketball or football or whatever. But now I take him out. I take him to the park and we try to play tennis because it's a one-man game. So we try to play tennis. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it right now because I push him. I push him to try to hit as many balls as possible. But I feel like overall, health-wise, it will make the body feel better. And if the body feels good, then it goes to the mind, and somehow it all just works together to make you a happy person. Just like when we exercise, right? Another thing is to encourage communication. Again, one of the reasons why they are sad or why they are depressed is because they have unmet needs. So maybe they don't have the verbiage to say what they want. So you want to encourage other forms of communication, whether it's sign language or the AAC device or visual aid, pictures. But you want to encourage some kind of communication. It's important that your child on the spectrum is able to communicate their needs with you. That's super duper important. And so I think I called out 8 already. I think that's 8. Did I call out 8? Let me see. I think so. Yeah, I did. I called out 8. So the 9th reason, which I said, you guys will not even, I think this one is controversial because let me know what you think in the comment, right? So I think, to be honest, that the number one reason or the number one way to help your child on the autism spectrum be happy, and this is what I've been doing recently with Williams, is to teach them to be less selfish. Okay. I'm going to try and explain myself. So with Williams, I find that, I don't know about you, maybe you have such a sweet, sweet autistic child and they're so giving and all of that. And if that's the case, then that's awesome. Maybe what you have to teach your child is to think about themselves now. So they don't, because too much of anything is bad either way. So, but with Williams, he is more selfish than selfless. He's a lot more selfish. So, and when he gets sad, which is something that used to happen often before I started to teach him this thing, is that he would just, for no reason, be sad, for no reason, start to cry. And when you ask him why, it would be one of the reasons I already called out. Maybe something happened in school where he was bullied, or maybe his sister said something that he didn't like, or maybe I said something that he didn't like, and he did not express it at the time that it happened, and then it takes him a long time to actually get there where he can feel the feeling, and then he starts to cry. If your child is like that, please leave me a comment so I know Williams is not the only one, because it happens to him. Like, he will be sad over something that happened a long, long time ago, but he just started to process it. But when I started to teach Williams the act of selflessness, the act of giving, that has been, in my opinion, the main thing that has helped him to become more happy. Because with everything I just called out, we know that in this world there are many people who are not happy, many people who are sad and depressed. And of course, depression can be a clinical problem. It can be something wrong with the brains and you're nervous. I really don't know anything about depression, but it could be something that you need medication for. But some of us are also prone to being sad and not knowing what this life is about, and just feeling feelings of depression, right? So it's not even just about people on the autism spectrum. And I think that this one belief will help anyone that is constantly in that position where they feel sad and depressed. Because again, like I said, I don't think we were made to be sad people. There's times for being sad. Of course, you have the right to be sad if you lose a loved one or if something bad happens to you. But I don't think we are made to be sad all the time. And that's why we break down when we are sad all the time. Our body breaks down, our health breaks down. So for anyone who finds themselves being sad all the time, I think this is a good skill to have, where you're thinking about other people instead of just yourself, being selfless. So this helped me too, like even when I'm thinking about, oh, this is what's happening to me, why is it happening to me, I just think about who can I help, who who can I put a smile on their face. And this is what I tell Williams, like when we wake up in the morning and we are grateful for waking up, and we say there must be a reason why we're waking up, right? So I say to the kids, who can we help today? Who are you going to help today? Who are you going to put a smile on their face? And sometimes it's us within the house, right? It doesn't have to be someone external. Sometimes it's telling Williams to play a game that Zita likes, because often he doesn't want to play a game that Zita likes. He wants Zita to play a game that he likes, right? That makes him happy. But I tell him that you think you're happy right now, but that happiness is short lived. For you to be eternally happy, and by eternally, I mean like happy for a long period of time. I don't know if that's what that means, but it sounds good there. But so for you to be happy for a long period of time, it's to actually apply yourself into helping other people, into making other people happy. So that's my message for today, guys. We have to teach our children, especially those on the autism spectrum who are more prone to being selfish, that thinking about other people is what will help them be happy. That is actually the key to being happy. If they think about supporting others, if they think about making someone else happy, even if it means that in that moment they are not happy. Like with Williams and Zita, I tell him, play Zita's game for 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes. Just give your sister 30 minutes. You're going to make her happy. And even though you think you're not happy playing her game, in the long run, you're going to be happy that you made someone else happy. See? So, and I feel like with everything that I listed, again, there are people who don't have any of these problems, who are not autistic, that this one act will help, which is selflessness. And that's why I think this one act is the main thing that we should focus on teaching our children, which is to be selfless, to think about other people, to be generous, to give to other people, to put smiles on other people's faces. When we think less about ourselves and we think more about what we can do for others, it helps us to be happier people. So I don't know what you guys believe in. Like, some people are Christians, some people are Muslims. I feel like everybody's serving the same one God, whether you believe in the universe or you believe in God. I just feel like it's the same thing. Like, we all are just in awe of whoever created this whole world, right? But I feel like every religion preaches love and kindness and, all of those things. Now, I don't know about Satanism or whatever. I don't know what they preach there, but I can imagine it's not though. But for the most part, most religions preach love and kindness and all of that. So whoever I'm speaking to, I feel like you already know what I'm saying. I am Christian, but like I said, I believe that we all believe in one God. We just go through different routes. So, but I'm Christian, and from the Bible, there's love and kindness and all of those things and selflessness. But I feel like we don't talk about selflessness enough. So basically, that's what this video is about. I don't want to keep rambling, but the video is about us teaching our children on the autism spectrum how to be selfless. And if you think that extends to your other children or to yourself, then please take that away from this video. Selflessness is very important. We need to think about helping other people, and that will help us ultimately be happy in this life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me a thumbs up or leave a comment, and thank you so much. Bye.